Gunline. Fire mission coming down. It's your host Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gunline podcast, where we shoot this shit like we do in the field. So go on and pop a squat because it's about to get hot. You on that Gunline now. With me today is my co-host Lee Hunt. Unfortunately, our other co-host, Urena, is in the process of some personal shit going on in his life, amongst school, amongst moving. So he's unable to be here with us today, but he will be back soon, y'all. It is what it is. We still got a great show for you tonight. We're just one person down. So, I mean, fuck it. We good to go. How you feeling today, Hunt?
Good to go, man. I've been gone for a couple of weeks, man. I was at Mardi Gras, and then I had spring break with the kids, man. But other than that, I'm fucking great, man.
Yes, you were gone for quite some time. I mean, you went to go see some titties in motherfucking New Orleans. Did you at least take some videos, some titties and shit?
No, I didn't. Because I was there with my friend, so I didn't do that. And I think my friend got upset because my friend got upset because some random ass chick asked me to do this video of her while she was like walking, and she was gonna put it on her TikTok. I was like, nah, man, I ain't gonna lie, shorty was bad as fuck too. But I was like, I am not about to look in this girl's direction. I'm just gonna keep on trying to catch these goddamn beads.
For real. Yo, did any of the gay guys send you any beads?
I don't know, man. It was the fucking float of people, and they were just like throwing them bitches out. It got to the point where they were like, they didn't take them off of the little bundle thing. You know how they have a bundle, a tag with that shit? It got to the point at the end of the night, they were just like taking the whole bundle and just launching them bitches.
Oh, god damn. Now, when I went to New Orleans, we were walking up and down Bourbon Street, and
oh god.
Yeah. And this was not on Mardi Gras. It was just a regular motherfucking day in October, I think it was. And these motherfuckers, there were some gay guys like, hey, throwing beads at me. I don't hate, baby. Like, I know I look good. Shit.
Yeah. Bro, it's
that.
Dude, I want to go back, and I didn't have time to see what you told me about the World War II Museum. The hotel that I was staying in was right across the street from the World War II Museum.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah. And that's where, if you ever go there on Mardi Gras, that's where, the parade passes down. But the World War II Museum is right there. And so is the Civil War Museum. It's right there too. And it's right next to it. I wanted to go see Marie Laveau. I want to see her grave. The dude that we were with, so my homegirl Joe, her co-worker and her husband came down, and we went riding around. He showed me this hospital that's abandoned, and it's been abandoned since Katrina. And apparently it's a children's hospital, and it's haunted as fuck.
Is that the one I think that has like a crane or something that has somebody's body still in it or something like that?
I just know, no, that was a hotel. Okay. I know that all the lights are off in this building except for 3 lights. And he's like, listen, I don't know what the deal with them 3 lights is, but them 3 lights stay the fuck on.
Dude, you know what that sounds like? It sounds like the On a Gunline podcast needs to take a road trip and go do some ghost hunting.
Nope. I'll tell you what, let me know how that went. I will be there in spirits.
Literally.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers.
Hell to the yeah, man. Oh man, my man. I'll tell you, it's been a hell of a week myself too. But let's catch up with you. The fellas haven't heard from you, our listeners, haven't heard from you the past couple of weeks. So let's see. You were in New Orleans one week, and then you came back, and then it was spring break.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that go for you, man?
Man, it went fucking amazing. My youngest son just was tripping balls, laughing all the time. We did a little water balloon fight.
Hell yeah.
My daughter, I don't think she meant to do it, but she just caught him good in his chest, and he just thought that was the funniest shit in the world. So he's just tripping balls off of that shit. Watch Harry Potter. I'm actually into Harry Potter now. My daughter wanted to watch Harry Potter because she watched it before. She was like, Dad, I want to watch Harry Potter, which I'm like, okay, whatever. And then we started watching. I'm like, holy shit. I was like, what's going on? I was like, I bet it's this motherfucker, isn't it?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I mean, anytime my daughters or any of my children say, Daddy, let's do this, I'm gonna do it with them. I tried doing the Harry Potter thing, bro. It was cool and all, but it's just not my thing, man. But I did watch. Apparently there's a controversy with this movie. I didn't see what it was. But my oldest, who's 11, she'll be 12 next month. She wanted to watch some movie called Red Panda.
Oh, yes.
And apparently there's a controversy on this Red Panda movie. I don't know why, honestly. But long story short, I found it to be okay. Apparently there's a big deal because the kid is supposed to be like 13. She's going through puberty and shit like that. And, you know, she has a crush on the kid that works at the fucking grocery store, and he's 17. You know, hold on, pump the brakes. And every time she gets emotional, she turns into a red panda. Okay, so here's my thing. If it was something really harsh, I'd say I'd be the first one that would be like, man, nah, this is too much for kids. I honestly thought it was okay. First of all, a 13-year-old having a crush on 17-year-old, is that really something new? Is that really something that's like, no?
Do you remember back in the bop diddly bop them motherfuckers? Like there were girls literally around that age having crushes on them boys. Like, so yeah, I could honestly see that like that. Now, as long as they didn't act upon it, that's something totally different.
Let me ask you something. You remember being 13 and having and wanting to beat guts with a 17 or 18-year-old female?
I was wanting to beat guts with fucking porn stars. What are you talking about? Like, I was don't say them adult bitches.
There you go. You see what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? But they weren't promoting it on there like, oh, they're gonna hook up. No, she had a fucking crush. You know what I'm saying? It's like it happens.
It's a teen crush. It honestly would be the same if he was a singer. Like, and
there were singers in it, actually. They were like this One Direction band, like bibbity bop boy band and shit.
Yeah, look how many the people that are getting upset about it, they need to ask themselves, are my daughters obsessed with these fucking teen groups? And how old are my daughters?
Not only that, they need to ask themselves, how was I when NSYNC was out, or the Backstreet Boys? And when you were fucking playing DJ with your clit to motherfucking, Lance Bass from NSYNC,
flicking the bean.
He turned out to be gay anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were fucking flicking that little pearl tongue. But with that being said, too, man, it brings up an interesting question that I received on the TikToks today, regarding the sex of the homosexuals, y'all, homosexuals. So I got this sent to me recently, and I want to go ahead and if you're watching this on the YouTube, you'll be able to see it. But since a lot of the listeners are on the podcast, are on the podcast platform, I'll basically tell you what it is. It's going to be a TikTok. All right. And on this TikTok, it has this beautiful Nubian queen, beautiful thick lips, pretty nose, fake ass eyelashes with some fake ass blue contacts, but some real nice looking titties. Got the stretch marks on them too. Fake nails, but I'd still put my dick between her. Them lips, both sets, and them tetas. I love me some tetas. Oh, sorry, getting a little too distracted here. Sorry, my bad. And I hope y'all ain't listening to this with y'all kids, because if you're listening to this with your kids out loud, then this must be your first time on the gun line. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here real quick, Hunt, and I want you to tell me what you think, because there's this beautiful woman, and she has a very very good question on it. All right, and so for y'all that don't know what the question is, I'll go ahead and tell you what it is. Can you see the screen, Hunt?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
All right, so it says, when studs get horny, do they finger themselves or do they beat up their strap on? And I can't help but wonder, what do they do? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that rubber getting hot.
And you know what? I just realized I didn't share the motherfucking sound. Didn't I tell you to tell me, bro?
Well, I heard the sound.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I heard it laughing. Real quick.
Hear it right now?
Well, not now, because it's not sharing. Real quick, I want to give a shout out, even though I know you're going to do this real quick. But before I forget, I have to do this because I just pulled TikTok up since you said that, right?
Okay.
There have been 2 people commenting on Red Leg Custom Woodworks. Something that I duetted him in one of his videos.
Right.
His latest video, duetted him. Somebody said, I guess he's wanting a 155 Projecto. He wants like the accurate size of that. I'm gonna let him know that he can get that. He just got to contact him. Another guy was saying he was Artie 316 4ID from 2004 to 2007.
Oh, word 316.
Yes. So I'm definitely gonna hit him back up. He's
definitely got to know
Tank him.
He's got to know Tank. He's got to know Brenton. Oh, sorry. First time, Brenton.
Yeah.
Command Sergeant Major Brenton.
Yeah. Landis.
Old Chuck Landis.
Yeah.
Smoke Norwood.
Yeah. Gotta know all them.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. And it's cool, man, that it's showing love to our military motherfucking veteran owned. What's the word I'm looking for, bro? Veteran owned businesses.
Businesses, man. I do try my best to just promote everybody I can, man. That I'm cool with, and I know they're doing something. I do my best to promote them, and I honestly don't ask anything for it from these people I promote. It's just, hey, listen, get the word out, support these people.
I tried doing that recently to another podcast. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna get petty, and I don't want to get petty.
Shit, hey, listen.
No, let's not do it.
No, I'm saying I don't go low. I go to hell. So fuck that shit. I don't go low. I go to hell.
I know. I mean, if I went, no, I'm gonna stop. You stop dangling that goddamn carrot. But no, man. So for those that are new to the podcast, we do 2 episodes a fucking week. We do the midweek memo, and then I tried doing a shoot the shit episode on a Friday with, to drop it on a Friday or Saturday so y'all can kick back on the weekend. Recently, it's been a little difficult to maintain guests because cancel at the last minute and shit like that. I get it. Life happens. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to pump the brakes on that, and we're just going to hang out once a week until I get like a solid for sure, bam, this is what's going to happen. So if anything, I might alternate, or I might bring on others to the midweek memo and just shoot it like that. You know what I'm saying? Just shoot the shit like that. Because I know Frank Felice, I just had to shoot the shit with him last week. He wants to get on down with Adam from the fucking Average GI Joe podcast. God damn, I was gonna fuck that one up, man. So, but anyways, so if you want to come and shoot the shit with me, man, or shoot the shit with us over here, let me know if you want to do a 1-on-1 or you want to be on the midweek. We'll make it happen, baby. It's only a party when there's enough motherfuckers from the arty.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I got thrown off because somebody did a fucking sniff his finger under his, looking like he just put his finger up some rotten crotch. But with that being said, thank you for reminding me, Hunt. What we're gonna start doing is doing TikToks live during the podcast, and then it'll be dropped on the podcast, which will air afterwards. But it's a way for y'all to interact with us. This is going to be the Lee Hunt portion. It's 8:00 p.m. now here in beautiful Texas. With that being said, Lee Hunt, baby, let me know when you live, and it's all yours. And there's a couple of things we want to discuss. And the audio might get a little shitty on his end, but it's all gravy, baby. What's going to happen is we're going to talk about 2 things. One being the motherfucking welcome to the On the Gunline podcast TikTok broadcast. Oh, did I just make that shit fucking rhyme, bro? Yeah. That's awesome. If you're looking at me, you're watching myself. I'm Lopez. That's my boy Hunt. We're on his TikTok. And what's the TikTok name?
It's probably that guy again, or you can look for King Virgo 82 or something like that. So what happens is when I go live, I have people that I can either bring in as a guest, or in TikTok will send out notifications to all of my friends that I'm with that are online right now, or whatever, that there's actually a live going on.
Word. So y'all need to go ahead and hit him up, because this is the way that we're going to do this, because I don't have enough followers to have a fucking live. And plus, this is cross promotion. You know what I'm saying? You get to get the wokeness of Lee Hunt with the. I'm trying not to get him canceled this week, so I'm trying to choose my words carefully. with the leotardness of me. All right. And quick thing, you want to know where I got this leotard from? You know,
where's it?
You know what a leotard is?
Yeah, the tutus for the ballerina joints.
Wrong. My daughter put me on game.
What is it?
So check this out, man. I was talking to my daughter, and we were talking about a leotard, just like you just talked about, like for valet, right? Or ballet, whatever it's called. And I was talking about that with Sophia, my middle one. She's 9. And then my oldest, Emily's like, a leotard? What's a leotard? And I told her it's those things for ballet, you know, that the girls wear. And she's like, oh, I thought it was a slow leopard.
You told me she's gonna be a comedian, you know?
Bro, when she said that, I was like, did you just really say that? Like, she's making her own bits up. She's 11 years old, my friends, and she just came up with her first bit. And it starts off like, can a person in a wheelchair be a stand-up comedian? I'm like, my God. Wow. Yeah, she's definitely my child. So anyways, welcome to the On the Gunline podcast, simulcast with the King Virgo 82, that guy, TikTok broadcast. We wanted to talk about 2 things today. One is that Lee Hunt over here has been having some recurring dreams, nightmares per se, from back over there. And this one is more of on the serious tip, but of course on the Gunline we make fun of shit. So let's get into Lee Hunt's sandy, I can't say it because sandiness. And tell us, Hunt, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, so been having dreams again about being in Iraq. Like, I've been retired from the Army for 3 years, right? Been retired for 3 years, and even while I was still in, I would always have nightmares, and the nightmares really kick off, and they're intensified around March of every year. Like last night, I had 2 different nightmares, and it was crazy as hell to me that I had these nightmares. First nightmare, I was a civilian, literally a civilian, walking around, doing patrols, whatever, talking to people, trying to make sure everybody was calm. And I woke up and I'm like, what the hell was that shit about? So I eventually wound up going back to sleep. And then the next one I had was about when we took over for y'all, when First Cab took over for Third ID. Oh, so you remember, remember you telling me about there was this area that y'all didn't go down no more because y'all had a huge firefight with them motherfuckers, right? Mm-hmm. So for whatever reason, they thought it was a good idea for us to go there with civilians of all fucking things. And I'll be damned. So we get there. I'm lead, right? This is my 4th deployment. They're like, okay, Hunt, guess what you're doing? You're going to be the lead. So I'm on point. I got Pete and Vericchio flanking me, right? Mm-hmm. Then everybody else is, they're staggered in the back, and we just so happen to be with the colonel at this time. So Vericchio, Pete, and myself, we're all walking, we're doing our thing, and all of a sudden we just pow, 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 right? And so I'm like automatically up trying to, pinpoint where this shit is coming from, right?
Right.
So boom. I'm like, okay, scanning, take cover, kind of scan some more. And then I like look to my left, and all of a sudden I'm seeing a shitload of children running. And I'm like, hey, LT, we need to get the fuck up out of here. Like, the shots just came from that direction. We need to get the fuck up out of here. Hey, how you doing? We have somebody that just joining us right now, Lopez. How are you doing today?
Who is joining us?
We are doing well. Thank you for joining us on the Gunline podcast. Make sure you join. Make sure you subscribe to him. He's on TikTok, okay?
I sure will.
Oh, she sounds
yes. So were you into?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, you can sit back, relax, and we're gonna tell some stories about us being in.
Okay.
Okay, Lopez. So yeah, that's what my dream was about.
How you doing? What was her name?
Love. I can't get the rest of it.
Love of Hope.
Love of Hope is her name.
Well, I love her voice, and I hope to meet her someday.
Lopez, he said he loves your voice. He's digging you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
With the dream, like, shout out to Red Leg Customs. He's in here right now too. Shout out to you.
Word. What's up, Scott?
But with this dream, right? So what took over was the fact that, like, after I convinced my lieutenant that we need to leave, we started taking incoming again. And so, like, the whole platoon was there. I'm talking about Pete was there and everything.
Yeah.
I'm hopping back into, like, the third vehicle, which I was, like, the TC of the third vehicle. And I'm like, yo, we need to start leaving right now. I hop on the 50. I don't know why I did this, because I should have been in the TC seat.
Right.
And just start trying to return fire. And at that point, I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, what is going on?
You know what? I think, honestly, you know, I'm not a motherfucking psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I don't wear a fucking lab coat, right? But what I do have is a bit of common motherfucking sense. And I think a lot of it probably has to do that you were in the initial invasion, which was in March.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And being that was your first time experiencing going to combat, you know, it made a big imprint in your life. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, man.
So
yeah.
I think that, you know, every year around this time, it's an anniversary. So I think that your nightmares are going to be intensifying. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it has anniversaries for me. Like when one of my kind of like when I got busted in Baghdad for drinking. That was like in May-ish of 06. Well, long story short, the reason there was a lot of drinking going on too, and I got busted and overdrank because my homeboy had got killed, and he was at a 10th Mountain, and not a lot of folks know about that backstory part, but his name was Snowburger, and Snowburger had just gotten killed, so I got fucked up beyond all reasoning, and then that's why I ended up doing more than I should have, and got all emotional and shit. Anyways, but that's why around that time frame, and then in September it fucks me up too, because that's when my boy fucking Makowski got killed. He was in 4-4 Deuce, and that was at the same time we were out there. And you know, so both times I found out about these dudes while reading Stars and Stripes. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst way to find out. So that's when those anniversaries, that's when my shit intensifies, you know. And then of course January fucking 5th. And no, not because, well, January 5th. I didn't say the other one. So
yeah.
That shouldn't cancel us. You know what I'm saying? But so I've noticed personally on my end, that's when I start having my nightmares, you know. And but what's trip is you mentioned something to me that clicked, and that's that your nightmares sometimes have they have to do with over there, but nothing that we did. You know what I'm saying? Like it's out of a whole different context, like a different point of view. And I've had them like that many times. It's just hard for me to vocalize it.
Yeah. Well, the second nightmare I had last night was actually the scenario that literally happened. Other than the fact that, you know, me hopping on the 50 and returning fire, like we actually took incoming with Maricchio, Pete, and myself. And like I'm seriously scanning and I'm seeing those kids running. And I'm like, hey, this is a clear-cut sign that we got to get up out of here. These kids are running from the direction that we just took fire.
Them kids are lucky they didn't get lit up though. And you're
and here's the deal, right? That it's because that the lieutenant was there, right? Not only lieutenant, I'm sorry, that the colonel was there. That you know how the lieutenants got to beat their chest and they want to do this. And I'm like, dude, listen, I'm not trying you right now. And I got it. This is my 4th deployment. But at some point, you need to listen to your NCOs. If I'm telling you that this is a sign, a clear-cut sign that some bad shit is going to happen because the kids are running away from the shit. They're not running toward it. They're running away from it. And then we need to fucking diddy him out.
You mind if I stop you real quick?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Bro, this exact situation you're talking about semi-happened to us in Mosul, but we were in a market. So we were in one of the markets out there, not in Old Town. Now, the place that we said we don't go to anymore out there when we were out there was in Old Town Mosul. We didn't go there anymore. We didn't go. That's it. There's next. But we were in this fucking market out in Mosul. And we took what are they called? The fucking the PRT, Providence or Province Reconstruction Team or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, we took them out there, and because there was a civil affairs unit attached to them, and they wanted to do what they called atmospherics. All right. For those out there that don't know what atmospherics is basically walking around and asking people, hey, what can we do to make your shit better out here? How can we make your life and win your hearts and minds? Is basically what it boiled down to. And so as we're out there in this fucking market, I was the dismount NCOIC. So I had my guys, you know, my guys with the 240s, I had them in their locations. I had my other guys out there in 4s scouting out different areas, right? At the same time, my PL, Captain Freeman, and and the other captain that was doing the atmospheres from the civil affairs, you know, they're over there like talking to the fucking Hajis that are in the fuck. I hope that doesn't get us canceled. Talking to the people out there that, you know, to the local nationals, that's what they call them. To the local nationals that own the shops at the market, right? Bro, it's about, I don't know what time it is, but I'm looking around and I just noticed it was being packed. It was packed there, like with all these fucking people, right? I'm scoping out second stories, all that good stuff. Everybody's got their sectors. And then I just start noticing shops start closing up. Shops closing up. People closing up shop, motherfucking market getting fucking thinning out. I'm like, oh, hell to the no. And I started getting that fucking feeling in the pit of my stomach, you know, like that sixth sense type of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I went to my PL. Hey, sir, something's going to happen here. He's like, why? I was like, sir, look around. They're starting to close up shop. These motherfuckers are leaving. They're about to fuck us up if we stay here. And then he's like, you sure, Sergeant Lopez? Like, Roger. He goes up to the captain that was doing the atmospherics. He's like, hey, my NCO says it's time to go. He says something's going to go down. He's like, your NCO said this? Like, yes, let's go. Dude, he not one time did he have like a second thought or try to say, fuck no. He's like, all right, let's go. We fucking Charlie the fuck Mike and got the fuck up out of there.
So,
but long story short, sorry, let me circle back. Turns out that according to what I had heard, if we would have made a left and keep on going down the market, there was an IED set up right there for us. Fucking IAs or the IPs, they set it off after we left, and there was a firefight that ensued after. So sometimes you got to go with those intuitions, bro.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy, man? Like we're talking about that, right? And obviously we see the differences between like the NCOs and the officers, what's going on, right?
Right.
What's crazy is like David Petraeus. I was looking at the news, obviously, and he was talking about like why Russia is failing so much is because they don't have a non-commissioned officer corps that's going to be able to do things. That's why he's like that's why 5 generals have gotten killed today. Because those generals are having to go up front and try to boost morale and try to do this shit. He said there's no NCO corps there. And it really isn't, man. And it's fucking crazy. And it's just, it blows my mind how some of these young lieutenants don't want to take the advice to these seasoned, even staff sergeants that have been there multiple times.
But, you know, I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. All right. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate. And I'm not one to fucking play devil's advocate for an LT. Or an officer, you know, that's just the way I came up as a young fucking private. Not that I hate y'all. It's just that officers and NCOs have two different fucking. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing because I just got flipped off.
Linda, you're on the TikTok as well. I don't know if you know that.
Live on a TikTok, just so you know. So get your ass in, honey. Don't get us canceled again.
Molly picture over here.
So, playing devil's advocate here, let's say a lot of the seasoned NCOs have left now, though. Let me say a lot of the NCOs that were good are now out. And the ones that are left are very few that are really good at their jobs of being NCOs. Nowadays are just stripe wearers. You know what I'm saying? I've been out for 7 years. Full disclosure, I've been out since 2015. So when I got out, I saw that they wanted quantity versus quality of an NCO. You know, they just started promoting people just to fill in slots, you know. Now look at this. They're making specialists into corporal. Really? I'm not even gonna stop.
Hey, what was that? Looks like we have somebody else that wants to join. I was a specialist and I went corporal. You know what I'm saying? But I was a badass corporal. Me and Marquez, like, listen, man, Corporal Hunt was a beast back in the day. Hey, how you doing, brother?
Don't call me brother. You're not a boy.
I'm not a boy?
Why know that voice?
I don't know, man. It's probably I can't say what I want to say. He's probably somebody. Who knows? I think as Dr. Umar Johnson would say, I think I have a KKK member in my life.
Kowalczyk?
No.
For those that don't know, I'm just kidding before they go crazy on it. But no, dude, it trips me out. Like, there's a lot of stripe wearing motherfuckers out there that, you know what? They talk a good game on the TikTok, but do they really lead? And then my Urena hat will say, well, this is what happens when you get a bunch of conscripts that are just, you know, forced to join the military. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know,
but
man.
the thing too is, though, this is what I hate. Like, far too often there are a lot of these people that think that the only way you can be an effective leader is if you have been deployed, and that's not the case. I don't believe it. That doesn't make you an effective leader, because you got to think about it. Look at the time between Desert Storm and the Afghanistan, you know, conflicts.
Mm-hmm.
People weren't deploying there, but they were outstanding fucking leaders. Plain and simple. They trained hard, they held standards, but there was just no deployments going on at that time. But no one looked at them as not being effective, efficient leaders just because they didn't deploy. But for now, it's this whole machismo, beat my chest. I had to have a combat patch, even though all I did was put some eggs on the tray.
All right. Well, again, devil's advocate. Let's say, how do you think a lot of the cats after the Gulf War, you know, that came in and saw these cats with combat patches, you know, they were automatically like, damn, okay, this motherfucker's got some, you know, he's got some experience that I don't have. What's the only experience that they've gotten? NTC, JRTC, you know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. You know, no, I'm not going to automatically respect you just because you got a combat patch. You know what I'm saying? You might have a combat patch, but like you said, what do? Push papers for S1? You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, I see you got a cab. So let me guess, a mortar fell somewhere on your fob. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even respect that shit now. Oh, you got a Bronze Star. Why? You were probably an E7 that happened to fucking deploy. And you were, you know what, at fucking the green zone and never went out. You know what I mean? Not saying that the green zone was all that safe, because we do recall there were some checkpoint 12 got blown up a fuckload of times. But anyways, you know, I think that the level of the NCO or the quality of the NCO has changed, honestly. I think it's the standard, what you mentioned, standards are not being held. I think that anybody that holds standards to a high regard are now being called toxic, you know, because they're holding a standard. Because privates are saying, well, why can't I grow my beard? Because it's a fucking standard. That's why. Oh, you're toxic. Okay, boomer. Okay, grandpa. You know what? You conform to the military. The military does not conform to you. And that's what the problem has with this military nowadays. That fucking, they want the military to conform to this new generation. That's not how it works. You know, you want to be a soldier? Why do you want to be a soldier? Did you see a picture of what a soldier looked like and say, that's what I want to be? But then when you join, now you want to wear a raggedy ass uniform. Looks like you just took it out the motherfucking dryer and put it on. No shiny fucking boots. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So yeah, I feel, I hate saying that, but I believe that the downfall of the Army began, honestly, when they started getting rid of the BDUs and the boots.
Yeah, well, matter of fact, I got let's see if she's connecting. I got Drill Sergeant here on the line real quick, man. And yeah, we definitely can talk about this with her, man. Like she actually let me on her platform one time before, man, and it was a great conversation.
Right on.
Yeah, but so I don't know if you caught this is my friend Lopez. He's the host of the On the Gunline podcast. And he was just talking about like how he sees that, you know, from his foxhole, it's like these soldiers want the Army to conform to them and not them conform to the Army. You got us, Battle? I think she may be lost.
That's all good. But full disclosure, again, I've been out since 2015, and I'm just going by what I believe. All right. You know what I'm saying? Who am I? I was just a motherfucking staff sergeant that never left the gun line. I never had a TDA. I never went recruiting. I never went on a trail. You know what I'm saying? I just fucking spent my days and nights on the gun line. Was I the greatest chief? No, but I was a good chief. You know what I'm saying?
Good enough. That's what it takes. That's what it is, man. But I don't know, man. Like I actually did something too. Like I had a conversation with somebody. She's a very prominent female lieutenant.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, listen, ma'am, you're kind of making fun of these male soldiers, but you will get upset if the male soldiers do this to the female soldiers. And she brought it to my attention. She was like, actually, this was in response to a male soldier's video degrading female soldiers. And I was like, okay, can you please tag me in this so I can hold this guy accountable for the shit that he's doing and shit that he's saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I tried to do that. And this dude was like, oh, I'm not enlightened or something. I was like, no, man, you do need. I was like, first of all, you're a specialist. You do need a non-commissioned officer to take you under your wing and let you know, man, like what you're doing is toxic. You're fostering a toxic environment. You may think it's a joke. However, somebody else that sees this might take that and run with it. And now that person is going to have a sharp case against them, an EO case against them or whatever.
Right.
Like anybody can put in their bio does not reflect DOD.
That shit don't matter.
Last time I checked, 24/7, you're a fucking soldier.
Right. And you.
Oh, I got her right now. She's here right now.
All right.
So, hey, did you hear what we were talking about as far as like? Okay. Yeah. Can you? Yeah. Do you want to? Can you put your input in on that?
Well, okay. I want to give my background. I joined Army in 2012, so I've seen both sides. Like I told you before, this new generation, and I feel like a lot of older generation are still in, and these soulmates and all this stuff don't want to admit the stuff that they do too as well to foster the idea that the Army can conform to you or whatever. Because the moment we have NCO that actually try to NCO like we were taught to NCO, we get told to calm down. Don't do this. You know how these soldiers is these days. Yeah, but what environment are you trying to foster? Because I ain't letting that shit happen. Like my friend, he's an MP from hood where if you do something wrong, he gonna fuck you up. So
Yeah.
the soldier
Hood is the hood.
His soldier up. So he told him, hey, chill out doing that because he gotta work night shift or whatever. Or morning shift, and you need to let him get his sleep. Dude was like, okay, did the same exact thing the next day. Soldier come to work, can't stay up, all this stuff. He was like, are you sleeping? No, it's fine. He's still up. Da, da, da. So he went to him again and dog walked his ass, which is what I would have did too. What are you doing?
Hell yeah.
The soldier didn't go to commander and was like, sorry, Joe Smith bullying me.
Fuck that.
He said, no, sir.
Oh man. You got us? Well, she's overseas right now. I'm not gonna tell where exactly she's at.
I got
but
you.
once you come back on, man, feel free to jump back in, all right?
Bro. And to her point, they're tying NCO's hands behind their back. Well, I remember we said about drill sergeants, like they're tying the drill sergeant's hands behind their back. Even the drill sergeants would say that to us. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I went through basic back in 2004, yeah, I know new generation, millennial generation. Wrong, motherfucker. I was 26 years old. But anyways, when I went through then, I think a lot changed between 2004 and 2006. But even then, the drill sergeants were like, hey, privates, we're not supposed to put our hands on you. Notice they said supposed.
Yeah.
There was some motherfuckers that got their hands put on them. But what we talked about was everything stays in-house. You know what I'm saying? And that was put to us from the get-go. And we knew what we were getting into, especially when you go into a combat arms. You know what I'm saying? I expect a higher tier or a higher level. I expect a higher level of, damn, I guess people can't hear me right now on the Tickety Talks. Hold on, y'all. But for those that can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. So, going into a combat MOS, I don't expect my basic to be soft. Because if I go into a combat MOS, I'm expecting to be involved in combat, which is not for the faint of heart. You know what I'm saying?
That brings up a good point since we're going to talk about being in combat, right? Once again, let's look at what's happening with the Russia troops and like how they're saying like one, they're not getting their food, they're just being decimated. In 3 weeks, they've lost as many people as we lost in 20 years worth of conflict, right? I think that I don't think they trained hard. Personally, I don't know what their training has been like. I don't think they train hard. We've seen videos of these guys literally breaking in stores and stealing food. It's like they don't know what it's like to have to ration. And when I say ration, I mean literally, I need to turn this bottle in to supply in order to get a bottle back. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
they're kind of rationing. Like, I think that, and this is like, I hope Drill Sergeant Mabato, she comes back up and she can attest to this because she's still in. I don't know if people are training like that no more to where either you're in the field, you're NTC, JRTC, where like literally, this is what you're going to train for. You're going to be assigned 3 bottles a day. That's what you're going to get. You're going to be assigned 3 MREs a day. That's what you're going to fucking get.
You're lucky if you get 3 MREs. You know, if you get 2, you good. But I remember we had one, I think it was, we would have hot A's in the morning and then MREs for lunch and dinner, or one or the other. But here's what I'm tripping out on, though. What I was thinking about was we train like we fight. We train for war. You know, I remember those words in Fort Sill on the blackboard or on the chalkboard when we got there. It said train for war. That's all we did was train for fucking war. You know, and you know, young soldiers out there, if you're still in and you wonder why we do shit over and over and over and over and over again, it's called muscle memory. All right. So that when it's time to react, you don't fucking hesitate and become dead. All right. That's why when you go through reflexive fire, ready, up, and you get tired of doing that shit, it's to build that muscle memory. All right. And go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, I really wish she could join because I really want to ask, like, does she see that that's going on right now? Is that muscle memory training that's going down in the units right now that's really happening to where, like, even you're supposed to be off on Saturdays, you know, but you still coming in and going to the range because it's popping off. You have to be there. When you go down range, you're not going to get them days off.
Right.
So, a matter of fact, I think she's back again.
So, no, they don't train like that no more.
Oh, hell to the no.
Yeah. Do you think they should? And
I ain't gonna say that I know what Combat Arms is doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I know being a mind, you know, you do whatever you do with the people you're attached to.
Right.
But this is the problem right now. A lot of people are promoted, and I ain't never seen a deployment. So when you ask them, are you still training to fight? That's not what we do in the field. We don't even have a plan most of the time when people go to they just want to go to the field to say that they went and supported something just so they can get the OER bullet.
Wow. So that hasn't changed.
Make some kind of training in there, they attack you. So I'll be like, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the blind leading the blind. Because a lot of people got promoted. A lot of people got promoted. And a lot of people have a lot of sleeves, like myself, because nobody's deploying like that. So when they say train as you fight, you can't train as something that you ain't never seen or never been through. And I think that's an issue.
But I understand that's the issue. But like we were saying, like I was saying earlier, you had that period between when Desert Storm ended until like these new conflicts begin, but people were still training.
Yeah.
Like when I got to the 101st, it was snowing and we were still out there in the field training.
But Hunt, here's the difference. Back then, people trained to standard. You know what I'm saying? They trained to standard and there was no coddling. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's probably what's happening now, that the Army's just become lazy. Is there sergeant's time training anymore?
Is there sergeant times training?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, do y'all still do sergeant times training?
Oh, let me tell you about that. So when I say it's not on stuff that to this unit, the first start time class was first time training class was our LTT, because they're trying to remove the whole thought of NCO business. And so they're trying to move the whole thought of NCO business and say it's LTT, so it's leader time training, right? I don't know what the hell a second lieutenant is supposed to teach a platoon either, so I don't know what the fuck that is. It's still start time training to me. But they were
Tell her. The only thing an LT can teach a private is how to shut the fuck up and listen.
Training since basic training. What else are we doing with it? Are we trying to learn how to do it into the man pack? Are we, what I'm saying? What's going on with it? No, it's just a regular ass radio class. And I'm like, listen, y'all gotta do something else, but add it into it. I was like, I asked the soldiers are sitting there, because they done had the class 8 times, tracking. But what are we doing for it to click? And when I talk like that, because I did come off the trail and I have an understanding of POI and I know what right look like, and I'm surrounded by people that are still very outdated with how the Army is moving right now, and some things have changed and they refuse to read a fucking book. I clash with them a lot. I clash with them a lot because I'm opening the warrior skill book. I was like, listen, this is the updated one for 2019. They don't want to read. Most TCOs nowadays don't want to read. We doing start training, but it's on stuff that's not, and it's not creative. It's not nothing. I mean, we used to do stuff back in 2012 to where I could never forget because of how my NCOs taught me. And then it became something that we did on a regular basis, so I never lost it. They'll teach something and then never touch it again, and then want to go to the field 2 weeks later, and the soldier can't remember. I said, you got to keep implementing that stuff. But when I talk, people get upset. So, you know what? I just found out I'm getting moved units. So, we'll see how that goes.
So, do you think that it would be more, that it would apply to the soldiers? Say, like, if y'all dispatch a vehicle and y'all actually go to, like, it's a Thursday or whatever, and y'all dispatch the vehicle and y'all are away from the flagpole, and you have soldier A at grid whatever, and soldier B at grid whatever, and you're trying to get them comms up with them. And then these soldiers can actually, be like, hey, I want to, you need to help. This is what you got to do to get this up and running and all this stuff, to get, I don't know what the 88 mics do, but y'all can set something up where, some soldiers can do something logistical from point A to point B. And you as a team leader, y'all can oversee it and you can have them start doing that.
How about this? Let me drop in real quick, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
How many of them know how to do land navigation? How many of them can read a map?
What up, brother? Yeah, I just had somebody come in real quick. He actually sent me a book. Thank you so much. But Lopez just asked the question: how many of these soldiers now can read a map?
Well, that's a good question. Most combat armed soldiers know how to read a map from basic training. Now, that's your infantry, that's your artillery, that's your tankers. They all are learned in basic training or AIT. Most likely AIT, because some of their jobs utilize map reading. Now, I know start time training is a thing of the past, but once you go to, I guess it's Warrior Leaders Course, WLC, or used to be PLDC.
Yeah.
No, it's Basic Leaders Course. That's Basic Leaders Course. Now that you go to Basic Leaders Course, you're taught how to read a map. So everyone knows how to read a map because you got to do Land Nav. So
I'm out.
No, I'm saying they're taught there to read a map. I didn't say they know how to do it before they get there, but you have to pass Land Nav to get through. Okay. So if you don't know how to read a map, you're not going to get through a BLC. Just saying.
Okay, and I get that, and I'm cool with that. But when you go to PLDC, WLC, it shouldn't be to learn. It should be to fine-tune skills. You should already know the basic soldiering skills of how to fucking land nav. You should already have had the experience of marching a formation.
Do it. But remember, everyone's not combat arms, so everybody doesn't do does not do map reading. Heck, when I went to battle staff at Biggs Army Airfield, I knew people who were master sergeants who didn't understand combat arms or didn't even understand how to put symbols on the map.
Whoa.
These are E8s and E9s. You gotta understand. That's just how it is, bro.
Wow.
That's the same way back and forth. Like that's exactly how it is, especially when it comes to non-combat arms, I feel like I've had map reading classes, but going to drill sergeant school has set it in for me. Because nobody really sat down and be like, this is how we doing this. Right? In the same aspect that combat arms don't know a lot about logistics and what we need to do in order to get your shit to you. So it's vice versa.
Logistics is a good role.
She's right.
After this shit, I'd be harping on this. After the shit show that we've seen in Ukraine, if I was still in, I would never refer to anybody that's not combat arms whatsoever as a pogue or whatever. We are seeing why logistics is important right now, and we really see that.
Pogue, baby. Proud pogue.
Yes. Facts.
The Jokers were stranded for days because they couldn't get their logistics up there, the supply train up there. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. This has been a good conversation. This is definitely something we gotta keep up.
Oh, I'm letting you go. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, if you look at the war plans for how we will fight Russia, if you look, all right, so I'm sure some of us might know this term, might not, but it's called COG, center of gravity.
Mm-hmm.
That's that one thing you take from the enemy that will destroy them. And everyone always knew that Russia's center of gravity was their supply lines because they're starving. If you kill Russia's supply lines, you'll kill the rest of the army because they suck with feeding themselves.
Bro, did anybody else get a hard on though when they saw that 40-mile fucking convoy just stalled? I mean,
man, listen, them A-10s, them Apaches, the A-10s, artillery boys were just licking their chops, wishing they was in Ukraine looking at that right now. You know what I'm saying?
I swear to God, I was like, give me a fire mission.
What? Are these guys serious? They're not taking cover?
They just chilling, dog.
Yeah.
10 toes up, baby.
Yeah.
Hey,
but Big Sarge said they don't. Big Sarge said map reading is no longer in BLC.
A la gran puta, hombre. Entonces, ¿saben qué? Empiezan a hablar español o ruso porque no van a saber ni mierda. God damn.
We used to go to the field when I was in BLC. We used to go to the field for 3 days to do the Land Nav course, teach our and all that while we was in the field. And then right after that, they was like, nah, we're not going to the field no more. And I was like, motherfucker.
Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, I did my shit in Korea. All right, I did it in Korea. It was, I think, 4 weeks long in Camp Jackson. And then we had to go do Land Nav out in the motherfucking mountains. And don't get lost, Chief. And I hope you know how to fucking keep your pace count. Because if you don't, you eating shit, Chief.
Hey, just shoot that back azimuth and call it a day.
Dude.
Facts.
Yeah. Shoot that back azimuth, call it a day. Or
I'm trying to bring up my screen. Trying to bring up my display. How do I do that?
That I know. I really wish I knew. Big Star said he was at Camp Jackson too. He had 666 yet.
Yeah, I was in Camp Jackson. That was back in March of 2008.
You retired, right, sir? I mean, my man King, you retired, right?
Yes, I did 3 years ago.
Because you look young for retiring too.
I don't look.
Young for retiring.
Hey, it's the alcohol. That's what it is. It's a steady diet of Dos Equis.
Hey, dog. Hey, you gotta start getting called out. Get your uniform out. Before you get called out again. Your ribbons ain't matching, dog.
Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I at least shout them out. But yeah, what were you saying, man?
No, I'm saying, well, anyway, I went to PLDC. I think it was like 2001.
Damn.
Oh, I went PLDC 2005. So yeah.
Hey, at Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
Oh no.
To mine. It was wow.
So did you have to do your Land Nav over where Camp McCall was at?
No, they took us out to someplace out there in Manchester. You remember Manchester Road out there? If you ever been to Fort Bragg, out there at Spring Lake, there's Manchester Road out there by Spring Lake. There's a place out there where PLDC was. And I still remember, if you got caught in this creek, I forget what the creek was called, man, Gibson Creek or something like that. So yeah, if you have a point, like everyone had this one point that if you had to go through Gibson Creek, you done. So.
Red Lake said that he went to PLDC in 2001.
God damn.
so you artillery, huh?
Yes, Redneck Custom Woodworks. He actually did this for me and Lopez.
Oh wow, that is nice.
Yes, and it's all made of wood. He did this himself, custom, and this actually is to specs.
Is it 13 Bravo? Like, what is he?
I believe it was a 13 Alpha.
Yeah, it was a 13 Alpha.
Yeah. But yes, amazing work. I got to get with him. I'm going to put him on blast right now. I have to pay him for this, the aerosol rings that I wanted him to send me.
God damn.
So how many y'all aerosol qualified? Who's all aerosol qualified?
You know what I'm saying, baby? Hey, 101st.
No.
No. Young lady, what about you?
Oh, you know what I just realized, Hunt? I could be watching you on my motherfucking phone. And that's why I'm a 13 fucking Bravo. Pull string, go boom, baby.
All day long.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, you went to Campbell, right?
Yes.
Okay, because that's the only school. The Command Sergeant Major Sobolowski Aerosol School.
Yes, don't do it like that.
Hey, Hunt, how much did you like aerosol school?
School was an MTT. I was at Fort Bragg. It was taught by Fort Drum.
Oh.
When I went to Rappel Master School, at Sabatoski Aerosol School at Fort Campbell, and that's where I put my first people out of the bird. That's the first place I did my Australian rappel. But that tower is a lot lower than Fort Bragg's tower, I'll tell you that.
I tell you this. I love aerosol school so much I went 3 times.
Nobody loves aerosol that much that they go 3 times.
I loved it that much I went 3 times. I actually graduated on my birthday.
L to the nod.
Damn, dog. I just realized how much of a delay there is on this shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Hunt, let's go ahead and bring this down.
3 damn times. You have to damn like,
All right, hey, I want to thank everybody for joining. Me and Lopez are actually going to wrap this up. We've been on here for a while, but thank y'all so much, man. We're going to be here.
Thanks for calling me in. I just came to watch you, man, but thanks for calling me in. But I'll see you later. It was great just, man. I'm reminiscing about I retired in 2018. I haven't talked about military in a long time, so it was great.
Ask them to hit us up, to bring them on the gun line, shoot the shit with us.
Yeah, if you want to just shoot the shit with Lopez and talk about y'all's experience, y'all can go to On the Gun Line and hit him up, send him your email, he'll send you a link, and he's always open for everybody to come and talk about their experiences.
All right, and please, and put that in my DM too. I put On the Gun Line.
No problem.
What is On the Gun Line? Oh, that's your name on TikTok?
Yes, that's the name of the podcast and where he's at on TikTok.
Oh. Okay. All right, man. Y'all take care then.
All right, thank you so much. And thank you. Like I said, I can't wait till we have this discussion about it because I got a lot to say about that book.
Is that good or bad?
It's good, man. That book, Alphalantis, man.
It's eye-opening, huh?
Man, yeah.
Oh, here we go. It sounds like some woke shit.
Y'all take care, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, thank you so much.
Be easy. Thanks for being on the gun line, brother. Is Homegirl still on there?
No, we are actually off right now. I just ended the line.
Oh, man. Welcome back to the gun line. Yo, this was a hip shoot like a motherfucker, bro. And I loved it. We got to find a way to integrate it together with the laptop, because I was trying to view it on here so we could be all live together. But on mine, it was like about a good 10-second delay, man. So I could not see that shit. But I think that was awesome, bro. It felt like a good discussion could have been had. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm definitely going to shoot them your information, man, because I want them to come on there and to tell their experiences too, especially Drill Sergeant. She's the one that's overseas right now.
Well, just make sure she doesn't listen to about 3 episodes before, because she might fucking try to.
No, she's hardcore, man. She's hardcore. But yo, brother, listen, I know you probably got to get off and do the family thing and dinner.
Dude, we didn't even get to talk about what I wanted to talk about today.
That's how good of a fucking episode it was.
We're gonna have to wait till next week then to do it.
Yeah.
Light artillery versus motherfucking what's that shit called?
Heavy, lazy boy artillery.
Yeah. So hey, next episode, make sure you come with it. I'll be waiting for motherfucking comments. I want y'all to comment. I seen some comments already, so I'm gonna keep saving those up till next week. We're gonna go live on the King Virgo 82 TikTok. or you can find him under this. It's gonna be the same one because it's King Virgo 82, but also it's that guy again. I think it's called. Either way, look for him and sub to his fucking TikTok account because that's the only way you're gonna get us live on the motherfucking simulcast podcast broadcast of the On the Gun Line and the motherfucking King Virgo 82. Bro, this is really an awesome fucking episode. Damn. I mean, it took all my thunder, man. It's like, fuck, it became the Lee Hunt hour. But bro, it was awesome. I honestly think it was awesome. And to the two other participants that were on the TikTok, on the gunline at gmail.com, we could do a one-on-one where it'll be we just talk about your prior service, okay, prior military or before the military, during the military, and whatever else is out there with some shit talking in between and have fun, kind of like an interview type deal. And then there's also the midweek memo where we just do what we just did right now. You know what I'm saying? So the midweek memo is now the fucking angry black man moment times 2. you have to be an OG of the podcast to know what the angry black man moment is. So with that being said, we're going to have something special for episode 200. I don't know what it is yet. It might just be a motherfucking live TikTok affair again.
Yes.
You know what it'll be, Hunt? Maybe you can go live on the Tickety Talk and I'll go live on the Facety Book. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like a plan.
Bro, I'm calculating shit I don't even know how to do. We couldn't even, full disclosure, we couldn't even figure out how to share shit earlier.
Yeah, it was. It was horrible.
With that being said, y'all make sure y'all go out and fucking redlegcustomwoodworks.com, redlegcustomwoodworks.com. Because this man, look, it's a 105, bro. It fits in the fucking canister. You could put powders inside a canister, put this bitch on top, and shoot it out the goddamn tube. You know what I'm saying? Now, where's it gonna land? I don't know. I mean,
right in front of somebody.
Yo, speaking of which, you hear about that one dude out in NTC?
Did this one dude just not too long ago, a couple of days ago?
Yeah, man. I saw somewhere on Facebook. They said the breach hit him.
Yeah, I was talking to another friend of ours, and like as soon as he said that, I was like, hang fire. They did not know their hang fire procedures.
Could it be that, or did he try to play that game of I know how far the breach is going to go back based on the powders? Because I knew a lot of motherfuckers that would do that would stand behind the breach saying, oh, it's going to come this far back because it's a charge fucking whatever.
It was one of the two, but I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet it was hang fire procedures that's the reason why that soldier lost his life.
Pop no shoot.
Understand the hang fire procedures.
Dude, and then I'm thinking about it though. Like, I was really thinking about it. Could it? So you're saying hang fire being that the fucking it did the primer popped.
It was just that delay.
Between the spark of the fucking
for that spark to ignite all the bags, the powder or whatever, right? Like, listen, I had a hang fire when I had a kernel on my gun. This was back when I was training lieutenants, and I was like, "Nah, fuck this shit, y'all guys get away." The fucking 2 minutes.
Bell rammer.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Okay, nothing happened. 2 minutes. Okay, we're finna unload the breach. And when I say we, I mean me. I'm gonna unload this motherfucker.
Dude, how do you not know your misfire procedures? They're especially on the Paladin. They're right there on the fucking hydraulic tube. I still remember them. Attempt to fire. Boom. Pull 2 more times. Boom, boom. All right. Guess what? Sit your ass back 2 minutes. All right. 2 minutes have passed. Guess what? Open it. Well, you gotta listen.
Make sure that primer's out there, bitch. Get that primer out there, motherfucker.
I started fucking confusing it with the
primer. Yeah, inspect that primer to make sure it's okay. Fuck it.
But
primer hit, go ahead and put another one in and try to fire that bitch if it don't fire.
CO too, right? So
we'll see. I don't know the exact details.
See, no, like I said, I was reading it in a motherfucking one of the fucking army fucking a 1,000 of the Facebook pages. And when it said that, I was like, Jesus, an NCO, usually it's a mistake, but I'm thinking also, are they not wearing their fucking gear anymore in there? Which is cool. I'm okay with not wearing your gear anymore, because that shit's a bitch to goddamn.
You have to navigate. It's hell to navigate.
But I mean, if it comes out that he didn't have his gear on, he was supposed to have it on. Can you see the fucking write up on that?
Yeah, actually, I could. I'll tell you a story offline. I've seen the write up on that shit.
Well, you know what? Quick story. I don't know if I've told this one on here before. There was a section. Was it me? I think it was me. No, it was either me when I was training to go for Top Gun, or I was training another section to certify. But either way, Riley was one of the soldiers, and Riley was going to be the number one man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as we're going through the procedures of, the number one man, fucking load, fire, clear, and all that good shit, right? He goes and grabs the housing mechanism on the firing mechanism,
Mm-hmm.
Slides it over. As he slides it over, he catches the weapon of his fucking finger between the, you know what I'm talking about, right? When you slide it over, it got stuck. That shit sliced and started gushing blood, bro. So what does Staff Sergeant Lopez do immediately? He doesn't panic. He says, "Where the fuck are your gloves at?" I get his glove. I grab his glove. I put that bitch on. He puts it on real quick. Take the bitch off. Put that bitch right there between the housing. Slamming the fuck out of it, dog. And why did I do that?
Because they're gonna inspect them fucking gloves.
That's the first thing they're gonna ask. Why was he not wearing his gloves? Like the gloves were really gonna fucking save his life.
No, it wouldn't.
Bro, another incident. Old Schnabel, E7 type now. This motherfucker, we're in Afghanistan. We're loading up into the MRAPs, right? And for those of y'all who ain't never been inside an MRAP, the doors are kind of like pressurized type deal that once you get that bitch going and it's about to close, it's gonna close. There ain't no stopping that hoe. Well, he was closing and he had his hand somewhere in between where it closes. It slams on his fucking hand, bro. Pulls the motherfucker open and his fucking middle finger just whoop swelled up. What does Staff Sergeant Lopez do? Same fucking thing he did back in Mosul. Give me your motherfucking glove. Slam that bitch in there. Because the first thing they're going to ask is, was he wearing his gloves? The second thing is, was he wearing his eye pro? Why? I have no fucking idea.
Because his eye pro was going to save his finger.
If he had his eye pro on, he would have been able to see the finger getting cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was just thinking about that right now. It's fucking crazy, man. Dude, it's been a hell of a ride today. I've really enjoyed this episode, bro.
Yeah, it's been good, man. I definitely know that this is going to help somebody with their shift tonight.
Oh yeah. Well, I can tell. I can already see the feedback that he'll be giving us. You know
Oh God, yes.
If anything, I have a quality control person, all right, that listens to the podcast, and he gives me feedback based on on the content, and he will tell me flat out that shit was hot garbage, or that shit was or that was a good episode, and I take his word as gold. With that said, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of shit talking on this one. And hopefully, well, we'll talk about that another time. Anyway, y'all, this is going to be it for today's midweek memo. We'll see if maybe there's another episode here sometime later this week for the On the Gunline podcast, Shoot the Shit. Hunt is over here showing off the good old artillery round from Red Leg Custom Woodworks. And just so y'all know, he does fucking badass. He'll put unit crests on there. He's great at what he does, gentlemen and ladies. Go check it out. I'm not gonna be petty. If y'all wondering what I'm not gonna be petty about, go back about 3 or 4 episodes.
Sidebar somebody.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. Again, reach out to me on the gunline at gmail.com, or if you know Hunt, if you want to come on down here, let us know. Shit, you come and hang out with me and Hunt during the midweek memo. And, you know, we can just do a shoot the shit with me and Hunt and yourself. I mean, it's all gravy, baby. I'm all about it, just hanging out, having a good time, reminiscing on the good old days of the military. But to say that you don't know how to do land navigation at battle staff.
No, he said, well, obviously, no, he said he knew how to do it, but he was talking about them other jokers that didn't know how to do it.
That was still bothering me. Like, goddamn. But I think that just leaves great dialogue for the next episode. You know what I'm saying?
And remember, Big Staff was saying, Big Sarge was talking about in BLC, they're not even doing it. Yeah, like I said, that's what next conversation.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna tell you something real quick before we log off. One thing that pissed me off was when I heard they were gonna get rid of DNC out of WLC, and I get it. DNC is not as relevant as it was back in the olden days, you know, when the Blue Book was made. If y'all don't know what the Blue Book is, go do some motherfucking research. But you know,
Richard von Steuben.
Yes, sir. You were thinking about you thinking hard on that one. I saw your eyes start going out like
I don't know why I was thinking Francis Scott Key. It was I don't know what
he was the racist that wrote the Star Spangled
Banner.
Yeah. I'm joking, y'all. He wrote the greatest fucking song in the world. The Star Spangled Banner is so good. You know, let me see your iPod mix. Is it in there? Is it in your iPods? No, I didn't think so. So don't go tell me how much of a fucking badass jam it is if you don't even got it saved on your goddamn iTunes. Anyways, with that being said, I was getting pissed off about DNC, bro, because I love DNC. I love fucking drill and ceremony. That is my shit. To me, I love marching. I love the cadence when you march, because even the Army cadence has changed from when I was in basic training to what it is now. Now it's like you're just walking. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just looking like hard, like garbage. Shit. Anyway, I'm about to lose it. So I know Hunt got shit to do. It's already 8. Oh my God, it's 9 o'clock. I missed the rest of the motherfucking confirmation hearing. Fuck.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll catch you later, big dog. I appreciate you being here with me.
No problem. Looking forward to next week.
Next week, we're gonna start keeping it down. We're gonna do 15 minutes of TikTok.
Yeah.
Shit went about an hour, but it'll be based on the conversation, because this was good conversation. It was a good tester, and I think it ran really well. And we're gonna try to get the audio better here on Lee Hunt's side. Lee Hunt, why are you looking like a motherfucking queen right now?
Like a snack? Because I got to get my fucking hair done.
Bro, I swear to God, right now you just look like a female with a beanie on.
You're like, my appointment is on the 31st to get retwisted.
So, anyways, back to the original question from the beginning of the podcast. To all y'all studs out there, there's got to be some studs out there.
He's trying to get us canceled for real.
Oh no, we're off your TikTok already, right?
Yeah.
All right. So all y'all studs out there, when y'all get horny, do you play DJ Ricka with your pearl, or do you put the strap on and beat that and then spit on it like if you came?
Beating the hell out of the strap.
Bro, how can you beat a strap on raw? Like, you know what I trip out on? Like, now you got me thinking, like, what if they're beating on their old lady doggy style, right? Like, is there like a vibrator going into the twat or something making them feel it? Because if not, I mean, you can see it making it feel like, like, bitch, you ain't doing nothing but getting an ab workout. That's all you doing.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all studs, let us know. All right. All right. With that being said, y'all, thanks for being here on the Gunline. Rounds complete and the mission. Gunline out. Bye, motherfuckers.